Good evening, guys. See, this is me, and this is my Telegram ID, guys. Shamanth Gowda 19. Anything which is related to CSAT, anytime you can text me. Okay, regarding any doubt, any issue, any questions. I'll be handling the whole 3 sections of the CSAT. Okay, what do you mean by CSAT? Who told civil service aptitude test it is? It's a generic name, it's a market terminology which says CSAT. But in official UPSC notification, nowhere it's mentioned, anywhere it says CSAT. Neither GS also. Okay, on the 26th of May, you are writing the 9:30 to 11:30 paper, which is 2 hours, which is called GS paper 1. Okay, paper 1, which we generically call it as what? A GS paper. Similarly, this is paper 2. Market, it's a term, CSAT, Civil Service Aptitude Test. Okay, 2013, somebody wrote a book named CSAT. From there, everybody coined the term or picked the term CSAT. So basically, this paper 2 consists of 200 questions, which carries, 80 questions, which carries 200 marks. So each question will be of 2.5 marks. Okay, 2.5 marks. It's not an average. Every question carries equal marks. Okay, you don't have 1 marker, you don't have 5 marker or 10 marker. Okay, like in your academics. If you write a formula, you will get 2 marks. If you write the steps, you will get another 2 marks. For the result, 2 marks. You don't have that classification here. So every question carries equal marks, isn't it? And in this combination, you have to score more than 1/3. Okay, more than 1/3. That's what. What do you mean by 1/3? That's 1/3 of the total marks here. Okay, what is 1/3 of the 200 marks? It's approximately 66.6. But in no combination, you will get 66.6 because every question is of 2.5 marks. If one question is of 2.5 marks, to cross this one, okay, you need how many minimum number of questions has to be correct? 26. What is 26 into 2.5? It's 65. Okay, you're short by one question. It's not by marks, you're short by one question actually. Okay, so the minimum is 20. Yeah, 27 such questions has to be correct to get 67.5 marks. This is the minimum. Okay, now if I do 27 questions correct, will I be qualifying? Yes sir. Let's say I have made 30 mistakes, 30 wrong attempts. You have attempted but wrong. Yeah, now passed? No, this has to be effectively correct. What do you mean by effectively correct? You take out your negatives. Okay, there is a negative. How much is the negative? The negative is 1/3, one of the highest negative. Okay, no exam has this much of negative. This is one of the highest negative. 1/3 means for every 3 wrong answers, one of the right answers marks will be eliminated. Okay, so if you do 30 questions mistake, your 10 questions marks will be eliminated. Got it? So your score will be effectively 17 here. So effectively that has to be 27. Okay, now this has become a challenge even for the previous year toppers also from the past 3 years to get 27 effective questions correct. What might be the reason? Even the toppers, okay, those who are trying to improvise their ranks from the past 2 to 3 years they are struggling because of only and only one paper. They definitely are good at writing mains. Okay, in the GS also they are scoring more than 100, 110 also. Okay, you might have heard all this. They are struggling to score this minimum 67.5, 27 questions. What might be the reason? It's a time of practice, the timing of practice. It's not about practicing at the month of in the month of August or September and leaving it till the end. If you are practicing, okay, piecemeal, you have to practice now and then, again and again. That's what practicing. Rather than, I believe in that quote, rather than practicing 10,000 kicks, okay, practice one kick 10,000 times. That's what practicing, revision. See, definitely UPSC deliberately doesn't make any one question paper very difficult. Okay, CSAT. What might be the intention? No intention. UPSC always supports the social justice, right? Okay, UPSC gives questions which are helpful for aspirants who came from every background, okay, every stream of graduation. You have comprehension, you have logical reasoning, you have analytical reasoning, you have quantitative aptitude also. Some sections will be helpful for definitely the science and the maths background. Okay, and some of the questions will be helpful for the one who are coming from the humanities background. So deliberately nobody will do that. But yeah, as you are familiar, last year the paper was not in the pattern. Okay, do not consider it as a very difficult paper. It was not in the regular pattern. Okay, he used to ask some freebie questions. Okay, in the last year, every question was supposed to you work hard to get the marks. Now, coming to the last year's case, after the exam, many of the students, they make a group and they went to the CAT saying that the paper was very difficult. Okay, you guys must be familiar, or else you might be also a part of that group also. Okay, yeah, even they included me also. Okay, they wanted a podcast from me also. But the thing is, see, factually speaking, actually the members or else the one who created, they were the students of our batch only in the APEC in Delhi. Okay, I want them, your last attempt, they used to read only polity in the CSAT classes. Okay, they used to practice other things in the CSAT classes and all. Okay, that's a different story. Now, after that, when they went to the CAT, okay, it asked the explanation from the UPSC. Is there any breach of syllabus? The point was breach of syllabus, because the syllabus mentions from 1st standard to 10th standard. But, okay, allegation of the students was they have breached the syllabus, asking the questions from the 11th standard. The topic is permutation combination. Okay, many allegations were there. UPSC gave a detailed explanation to the CAT saying that this doesn't require any formula. Okay, neither we have breached any syllabus. These are general counting technique. Anybody can solve these kind of questions using the general techniques. So it's not about your strong academics which helps you here, how well you have practiced that. I have seen students who have disqualified CSAT and their optional is mathematics. Okay, I have seen students who have disqualified CSAT, those who doesn't have scored less than 100 in their whole academics in maths. Okay, you might also have seen those kind of students, every time they are scoring 100 in maths, okay, they also have disqualified. The reason behind all this is lack of practice or else timely practice. This is the high time, February, March, okay, high time for the practice of CSAT. Okay, if you are taking in the month of May, definitely you cannot complete the syllabus, or else you will flukely do some practice. Okay, that you can consider yourself as practice, but not according to the UPSC standard there. Okay, see, referring to the previous year questions and seeing the answer from the last page and writing it again and again is not a practice. You won't get the same question. Okay, that's why you need a lot and lot of practice from basic to advanced questions. Okay, do not directly go to the any question paper unless you have practiced the basic questions. If you don't have any idea about any basic questions, okay, you only solving the previous year question papers. Question paper is of exam level. Directly you cannot jump to the exam and qualify. That's what the mistake most of the guys are doing. Okay, the basic is everything here. The UPSC is about the basics, and the prelims is all about, especially CSAT is all about a strong basics. If you understand the basic question, then there is nothing called advanced. Everything will be around this basic question with a little bit of exceptions only. Okay. Okay. Now, since we have kept this as an orientation session, okay, I want you to see, I am going to start the actual class from the March 4th, okay, that's next Monday. Before that, I am giving you time for practice of NCERT just to make sure that you haven't forgotten your basic things, okay, basic things. The homework for you guys is NCERT, 6th standard. I want you to complete the 6th standard NCERT in the next 1 week. You do 2 hours, 3 hours, that's up to your interest level, okay. You can practice 6 hours also, who am I to stop you? That's up to you, your interest level. Now, after that, basic questions to advanced level questions, whatever UPSC might have asked, everything will be dealing in the next 35 days after that, okay. Understood? So 35 days completely every day, most probably every day, even the Sundays also there will be classes. So complete, okay, syllabus will be completed in these 35 days, plus or minus 2 days. It will be plus only, no minus, okay, extra will be taking, okay. Now, in this whole 35 days, this is the theme of topics we'll be completing. See, always the topics will be under the concepts. You can bifurcate them into different way. For example, let's say you are traveling 400 kilometers at a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, at a speed of what? 50 kilometers per hour. And the distance you are covering is 400 kilometers. What is the time you would be taking? Come on, very generic question. 400 kilometers, 50 kilometer per hour. So what is the time taken? 8 what? Hours. Okay, 8 what? Hours. Without these dimensions, these doesn't have any meaning. Okay, quantity doesn't exist with, okay, without the dimensions. Dimension means units. Okay, don't worry, as of now, we'll be doing all this in detail. What is this 50 kilometer per hour here? Speed. What do you mean by speed? What's your understanding about the speed? What do you mean by speed? If I say the bike traveled past in front of me at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, did I saw 100 kilometers traveling? Did I saw 1 hour it traveling? No. What is the meaning of 100 kilometer per hour? Yeah, okay. The speed 150 kilometers in how many hours? If it travels for the next 1 hour with the same pace, it can cover 50 kilometers. That's what the meaning behind the speed. Speed is nothing but distance traveled in 1 hour, not 2 hours, not 10 hours. Okay. Every hour, whatever the distance your car is called speed. Okay, that's what speed. Now, similarly, what is the total distance you have covered here? Total distance 400 kilometers, isn't it? This 400 kilometers covered in total time, how much? How many hours? 8 hours. If I divide distance by time, I'll get what? Speed. Isn't it or not? I'll get speed. What is my speed here? 50 kilometers per hour. And I'll call this as not only speed, I'll call this as average speed. Okay. Average speed is nothing but what? Total distance. Whatever the total distance he has traveled, the whole journey divided by total time taken is called what? Average speed. Okay. The speed means what? Distance traveled in 1 hour. Total distance traveled in total time taken is called what? Average speed. Okay. This little bit of differences you must be able to know. When I am doing this calculation, you must understand at least. That much of basic you must have to understand the class. Okay. That lies in your NCERT. Go through it, you will get to understand. Okay. Now similarly, let's say there is some work, 100 units of work is there. Hundred units of work is there. Okay. Now I'll call a person and I'll give it to him. His efficiency is, okay, he can do 20 units per day. He can do what? 20 units per day. And this was 100 units. How many days he'll be taking? I'll give you 100 units of work, man. Your capacity is to do 20 units in one day. What is the time taken to complete the whole work? 5 days. Generally you do. Okay. This is 5 days. Can I call this as time? Time can be in days, minutes, hours, anything. Okay. And efficiency is nothing but what here? His speed of doing the work, can I say? Okay. This is speed. So time into speed is equal to what here? Distance, isn't it? Rather than calling distance, I am calling this as what? Work. But the theory behind this calculation remains same. Understood? Okay. So theoretically, time, speed and distance is nothing but what? Time and work only. Okay. Theoretically, there is no difference. Only the difference is I can change the nature of the question. Okay. The example asked in the question, or else, okay, and numerical values can change. But the concept remains same. Okay. That's what called themes or concepts. So if you are understanding the time, speed and distance, the meanwhile you will be learning the time and work also. Understood? So here in time and work, rather than work we call the distance. Don't worry, superficially I am saying this one. We'll do these things, time and work only, it takes some 4 days of classes of 3 hours each. Okay, time, speed and distance also 4 to 5 days of class. Okay, superficially 5 to 10 minutes, I am walking you to the glimpse here, through the glimpse. Now, similarly, speed is nothing but efficiency. Time is one such dimension which can't be altered, because if my watch runs for 1 hour, 60 minutes, your watch runs for? The one which is in your home will run for? If it is for 1 year for me, okay, my grandfather and grandmother also gain how many years? Yeah, okay, everybody will get old, isn't it? So that's same time. Okay, if there is a change of time, that's what called relative time. Got it? So the time remains same. Hence, we cannot alter the time. Time will be always remaining time only. Okay. Any doubt now? So, if I make a theme of this one, time, speed and distance, time and work, they are the same concept. One and the same concept. Understood? In this time, speed and distance, we will be doing the concepts of what happens when the time is same, what happens when the distance is same, what happens when their speeds is same. Okay, this kind of extension questions. Okay. Similarly, we'll do the relative speed concepts. What do you mean by relative speed? What do you mean by relatives? With reference to me, how is he related? With reference to him, how am I related? Isn't it? Okay. Is it possible 3 people saying one relationship? Other than brothers and sisters, okay, they are siblings. Between me and him, only one relationship will be there, right? Okay, relative speed means always between 2 bodies. Okay, relative speed. For example, 2 buses are moving in opposite direction with 40 km per hour and 60 km per hour. Okay, 2 buses are moving at a speed of 40 and 60 km per hour. Let's say one person is sitting here, another person is sitting here. Okay, he feels that this bus has passed him at a speed of not 60 kilometers per hour, because he also simultaneously will be moving. So what is the feel he gets? This is 40 and this is 60. Total speed he feels, or else if he met with the accident, the total impact will be of 100 kilometers per hour. Okay. Similarly, this is moving at 40 kilometers per hour. This is moving at 60 kilometers per hour. Will this bus overtake this bus? The speed is 60. The speed is 40. Will it overtake? Of course, natural phenomena. These are all regular everyday observation, isn't it? Now, this is 60 kilometers per hour. A person who is sitting here sees that this bus is crossing this bus. At what speed? Will he feel 100? No, anyway, you are also moving, man, in the same direction, 40. Okay. Beside, if I am traveling at 60 km per hour, you will just feel the difference of the speed. What? Difference of the speed. How much is the speed here? 20 km per hour. Here, there is a sum of the speed. So, when two bodies are moving in opposite direction, the speed gets added up. Means they will cover the distance in a faster rate. When they are traveling in a same direction, the speed will cut down. Okay. Only their differential speed will be their relative speed. Understood? Okay. Now, if both are moving in the same speed, 40 km per hour, 40 km per hour, this person can see that this person is standing here. Okay. This person can see this person standing here. Sometimes this happens, okay, in the railway station, when the beside trains, parallel train, if it moves, okay, we will feel that our train will be moving. Isn't it or not? Okay. Those kind of phenomena are called what? Relative speed. Okay. These will be asked as a question. And asking of all these questions is called quantitative aptitude. Okay. Aptitude is the ability to solve the problems. Okay. You have paper ethics, integrity and aptitude. Using the ethics and integrity, how well you can solve a question or else solve a problem. Aptitude is all about ability to solve the problems. And these problems involves what here? Quantities. What do you mean by quantities? Numbers. Okay. In a generic way, the numbers. Got it? Okay. So, the time, speed and distance concept involves relative speed also. And also further, we will be doing the race based questions. Circular races, linear races, running in a straight line, running in a circle, and we will get the boats and streams also. Okay. So, these are the topics, but the concept remains, the theory behind all this will remain same only, time, speed, distance. Okay. Can be asked in a different way. Similarly, when it comes to the time and work, you have pipes and cisterns also. Let's consider this as a tank. Okay, a tank fitted with a pipe. Okay, this tank can hold 200 liters. This pipe can fill 20 liters per minute. Okay, its speed or efficiency is 20 liters in 1 ನಿಮಿಷಕ್ಕೆ. 1 minute if it is 20 liters, to fill 200 liters, what is the time taken? Isn't it 10 minutes? Understood? The concept remains same. The theory behind this is same, but numerically or example wise I can answer this, I can ask in a different way. Understood? So, time and work can be asked as pipes and cistern also. Okay. If you want to try it, you can copy down. Time and work, time, speed and distance is concepts plus relative speed race based questions, boats and streams. See, there are numerous books of CSAT or else aptitude, you can find it in the market. Okay, but maths can't be read. Maths has to be taught or else it has to be practiced. Okay, this is like an exercise. If you are in a contact with me, I'll make you to do all these things. Okay, I'll help you to practice these things. I'll explain you all these things from basics to advanced stages. Okay, you can buy any book, the same concept, same topics. Okay, most of the questions will be there, but the time it takes to practice on your own is multiplied. Okay, now time and work. Time and work itself has many concepts. After that, pipes and cistern. Okay, pipes and cistern. And also you will get questions like cumulative work. What do you mean by cumulative work? Like, see, I'll give a glimpse. 15 men along with 30 women can complete the whole work in 10 days. Okay. not working together, not working alone. Okay, they are working in a bunch here, group. That's what called cumulative work. Collectively they are working. Okay, then 30 men and 60 women can complete the whole work in what time? 5 days is it? Or 20 days? 5 or 20? 5. Why? If you increase the number of men, people, the time taken will be decrease. See, this is one very good concept. Okay, if the men increase, time decreases. Understood? Okay, so this is 5 days. You understood what is cumulative work? Okay, many such questions. Okay, direct one question was asked in the last year also. Similarly, after working, at the end you have to give them what? Wages. Okay, on what parameters will decide their wages, we will get to know. So you can consider this as one thing, theme number 1, which is time, speed and distance and time and work. Okay. The next important one is based on the number of questions asked every year. Number system. This is a very basic thing actually. Okay. But those possibilities are many here. The types of questions are many. Okay. Thousands and thousands of examples are there. But the standard things always remain same. Okay. Conceptually, they can be and they have to be asked in a similar way. Okay. The whole number system depends on first classification. What kind of numbers? Okay. Whether the integers, are they rational, irrational, prime, composite, natural, whole? Okay. What do they call? What are the exceptions we have? What are the examples? Okay. That's important one. If he gives at the place of integers, okay, whole numbers, there might be a difference. Always questions provides you everything, but there is an exception keywords also. Most of the students, they'll ignore that. What they do is, they'll just pick the numericals and they'll try to do some calculation over it. Without understanding the question, if you do anything, okay, that will go against you only. In some cases, flukely you can get the answer, but without understanding the question, you can't do anything. So maths is not at all about the numbers, it's the theory behind those numbers. Okay, the science behind the numbers you have to understand. So the classification, after classification, it's unit digits. Okay, unit digits. After unit digits, it's divisibility rules. There are many rules of division. Okay, what are the divisibility rule of 4, 3, 9, prime numbers 7, 11, 13. Okay, understood? Divisibility rules. What are the divisibility of 999, 111? These are very straightforward question was asked this one. Okay, 7, 11 and 13. 7, 11 and 13 are consecutive prime numbers. Okay, divisibility rules. Afterwards, this is factorization. Factors or factorization. How many zeros? Okay, those kind of questions. After that, remainder theorem. When a particular number 1024, if I say, see, look here now, when I divide by 10, find the remainder. If I ask a question like this, see, looks like what, a very difficult question. Yes or no? Yes sir. Okay, isn't it or not? What level? Cat level? You can call this as any level, but I say this is a very primary level. Okay, this is a 6th standard question, I can say, because forget about this one. I'll take this 6. 10 is much easier. Okay, 6. 10 other, you will get to know the unit digit of it. Okay, unit digit itself is the remainder. I'll give you 6 now. Any guess what is the answer? Do not guess it always. Okay, you cannot solve. He is not asking to solve. answer. Try. 4. Okay, look here now. 4 par 1, if I divide by 6, what is the remainder? No remainder? When I divide 4 by 6, madam, how many times I can divide? 0 times, isn't it? 6 into 0 is 0. So, what is the remainder? Okay, if the dividend is less than the divisor, itself is the remainder. Okay, this itself is the remainder. So, 4 itself is the remainder. 4 square when you divide by 6. What is 4 square? 16 when you divide by 6, what is the remainder? 4. Okay, 4 par 4 when you divide by, or else 4 cube when you divide by 6. What is 4 cube? 64 when you divide by 6, what is the remainder? 64 when you divide by 6, remainder is 10 times you can divide. 4 is the remainder. Okay, similarly 4 par 4 when you divide by 6, what is the remainder? Come on, try. Huh? What is 4 par 4, guys? 16 square, that is 256. Okay. See, you must be familiar up to at least 35 squares. You can mug up this one, 35 squares. Anyway, you know up to 15, right? Okay. From 15 to 35, up to 20, I guess you know. Okay. 20 to 35. This takes every day 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, you can do for another 10 to 15 days, you will mug up that. Okay, you will never. Once you see a question regarding squares and cubes, okay, once you see the number itself, you will identify the answer. We need those kind of things in AP, okay, GP, as well as in the mixtures question, as well as in the compound interest questions. Okay, so that's why up to 35 squares you must be familiar, up to 15 cubes you must be familiar. Small drill. Okay. Now, 4 par 4, what is it? 256 when you divide by 6, what is the remainder? 4 only. So, 4 par anything you do. 4 par n when you divide by 6, what is the remainder? That's it. Okay. Understood? Any doubt here? Okay. So, many such kind of questions we'll be doing in the class itself. After this, LCM and HCF. If I ask you, which is the largest number which when divided to 60, 90 and 150 leaves 0 remainder. 60, 90, 150. The largest number which when divided to all these numbers, the remainder has to be what? 0. What I am asking here? What I am asking? LCM, HCF. Okay. The largest divisor. Divisor is what here? Okay. The largest is nothing but greatest, highest, anything you call. Greatest common divisor, GCD, or else what I am calling it as HCF. He can name it in a different way, or else can form a question out of it in a different way. The definition itself is the answer there. I am asking you to find the largest number which can divide all these numbers. Many such numbers are there, right? 1 can also divide, 2 can also divide, 5 can also divide, 3 can also divide, okay, 10 can also divide. I am asking for the largest number which can divide all these 3. Yeah, what is it? 30? Isn't it 30? You can do some R&D. At some point you will get the answer, right? But the answer lies here only. Okay, now take the 2 closest number. 2 closest number. What are the 2 closest number? 60 and 90. What is the difference? There lies your answer. See, 30 itself is the HCF. But this won't happen every time. Okay, I know. But there is exceptions are there. For that, we have to do the concept and all. Understood? This is the LCM, HCF questions. Many such questions can be formed in the LCM also. Okay. Understood? So this is consisting of number system. Okay, number system is a 1 week class completely, thoroughly, everything will be doing along with the PYQs also. Okay, possible questions which are appeared and also different level of questions. Okay, so this is another theme. Theme number 2 we can consider. Number system. And one more very potential one is percentage. Percentage as a concept, many questions are there. For example, salary based questions, what percent above his salary, okay, or else mensuration based questions. For example, if length is increased by 20%, breadth has to be decreased by what percent so that area remains same, or else salary increased by 20%, then it is decreased by 25%. What percent change in his population? First year increased, second year decreased, third year increased. Okay, a person is saving 30% of his income, 20% is spending, these kind of questions. Okay, now if I say one question, I'll say, okay, 1 lakh is the population initially. First year it decreased by 10%, second year decreased by 20%, and third year also decreased by 10%. What is the end population? What is the end population? Okay, look here now. Generally, you can count this one because I have given a very simple basic question. Basic question this one is, but UPSC won't ask you this basic question, right? But you don't learn this one, you cannot answer a question you asked in the UPSC. Okay, that's where. Now, 1 lakh, 10% decrease means first year end, how much it happens? It becomes 10% of 1 lakh is 10,000, man, isn't it? Okay, understood? 10% of, this is generic calculation, this much you must do. 1 lakh, 10% is 10,000. 10,000 decreases means it becomes how much? 90,000. From here again 20% decreases means it becomes how much? See, first year, okay, starting population was 1 lakh. End, it decreased by 10%, means becomes how much? 90,000. Second year starting, same whatever which is ended, started, okay, 90,000, because 31st if it is ending, first it won't change, same thing will start. Again this decreased by what percent here? 20%. Okay, you always start from 1% or 10%. What is 10% of 90,000? 9,000. 10% is 9,000. 20% is 18,000. If you decrease it by 18,000, that becomes what? 72,000 is the end population. Starting of the third year, the population will be what? Same 72,000, right? From this 72,000, if I decrease again 10%, which is 7,200. If you subtract 7,200, this becomes what? 64,800. Okay, now? Okay, in a generic way, you can calculate this one. Or else look here. 10% means, no need to copy anything. Look here, we will be doing this one in a very detailed manner there. 10% is nothing but, can I say 10 by 100? Okay, 10 by 100. Now, anything which is compared to 100 is called what? Percentage. That's it. Per 100. Per 100 means for every 100. Now, can I say for 200 marks you have scored 40 marks? Can I say your percentage is 40%? Can I say your percentage is 40%? No. Okay, percent means what? It has to compare with 100 only. For 200, if your score is 40, for 100 it is compared what? 20. It's called 20%. Understood? Okay, let's say for 25 marks, you have scored 10 marks. Can I call 10%? No. Okay, you have to compare it with what? Yeah, into 4 into 4. What is percentage? Anything which is compared to 100 is called what? Similarly, this is 10% means 10 by 100, or else in a ratio form, can I do this one? Okay, can I do? So 1/10 is decreased or 10% is decreased, that's one and the same. Agree? 1/10 decrease means what? The meaning of 1/10 decrease is, if the starting population is 10, at the end it becomes 9. That's what has happened here. 1 lakh becomes 90,000 means what is the ratio? 10 to 9. Second year decreased by 20% means if the starting population is 10, can I say this is 8? Yes, sir. What is the ratio of 90,000 and 72,000? Can I cancel like this? Okay. 9 into 10, 9 into 8. Okay. 10 is to 8. Understood? Similarly, these two ratio is nothing but what? 10 to 9. Understood? Okay. See. 72 into 10 is 720. 72 into 9 is 648. 10 is to 9. Okay. Now, if I multiply 10 into 10 into 10, I'll get what? 1000. 9 into 8 into 9 is? Okay. 648. 648. For 1000, if I reduce in this manner, it becomes 648. For 1000, if it becomes 648, for 1 lakh, it becomes 64,800. Okay. Understood? This is called successive multiplication. This is called in the profit and loss or the discounts, successive discounts. Okay. Understood? So successively it's been done here like this. Very similar concept can be applied in the mixture question. Okay. 10% water added, 20%, it is diluted. Okay. It's going out. Similarly, the same can be asked in a different examples like GP also. Okay. Or else compound interest also. Compound interest, it will be increasing. That's it. Concept remains same. So the percentage will be learnt in this manner. So percentage itself as a concept will be doing many questions. Under this percentage, again, profit and loss. The extension of profit and loss, discounts and successive discounts. Okay, mark price based questions. Okay. Then percentage again continues in SI. Okay. Where we have questions on installments also. CI and installments. This whole thing comprises of percentage. One of the important module based on, see, basic arithmetic, you learn most of the things here only. Okay, na? Percentage. This is theme 3. The next one is ratio and proportions. Now look here, a person A is having 20 rupees, B is having, let's say, 60 rupees, 20 and 60, okay. What is the ratio of their money? What is the ratio of their money? This is 1:3, which is 20 times of 1, 20 times of 3, okay, 1:3, the ratio of their money. A and B. Let's say A is having 20 rupees, B is having $30. What is the ratio of their money? We can't do that. Okay, we can't do without converting the dollar to rupee or rupee to dollar. So what must be same? In a generic way, what we call units must be same. Okay. Now ratio means comparison. To compare how many quantities required, how many people required, how many elements required. Comparison happens between only one, minimum 2. Okay, 3 can we compare? Yes, 4, 5, 10, anything we can compare, but we require 2 or above. Okay, ratio is nothing but what? Comparison of 2 or more. What we compare? Quantities. We compare quantities. Quantities means what? Numbers. How much money you have, what money we have, what is your age, my age, okay, your salary, my salary, your percentage, my percentage, this many people work here, this many people, okay, number of men, number of women. It's nothing but what here? comparison of two or more quantities. So can we compare any quantities? No, they're having same dimensions. Same dimension. Same dimension means dimension is nothing but what? Okay, it can also be called as magnitude, units, kinds, types, x under x, y, y. You have to compare it with y only. Okay, this is called what? Ratio. Understood? Ratio. Now, can I say this as 20:60? No, that's a wrong way of writing. Ratio means simplified form. Can I divide 1:3 anymore? No more division possible. Okay, division is possible only by 1. So what is the HCF of any ratio? 1. There is no other number which can divide any ratio. Can be a statement directly. Understood? Hence we call to ratios as a co-prime numbers and all. Okay, you'll get to know that when you do the classification of numbers. No more division possible here. Hence the ratio is always, HCF is only 1. No more division. Okay, I cannot call 20 and 60 as a ratio there. Understood? Okay, now A and B is having 20 rupees, 60 rupees. Let's say C and D, 2 people are there. Okay, 2 people are there. C is having 200 rupees. D is having 600 rupees. So can I say A by B is equal to C by D? Ratio can be written in the form of A is to B or else A by B. That's one and the same. Can I say in this way? A by B is equal to C by D. The ratio of AB, which is nothing but 1, 3. This also has to be 1 and 3. This is a comparison of two ratios. Comparison of two ratios are called proportions. Comparison of two or more quantities is called ratio. Comparison of two or more ratios called proportion. Okay. Proportion means they are in certain type of relationship, balance. When I write in this way, if I write A by B is equal to C by D, I can write in this way, AD is equal to CB, A by C is equal to B by D, okay, and so on, so on, so on, so on, so on. A plus B by B is equal to C plus D by D, A minus B by B, C minus D by D. These are all called properties of proportion. Okay, so question will be on these properties. Any doubt here? We will be doing all these things. Okay, ratio. Ratio is nothing but comparison of two or more quantities having same magnitude. That's what ratio. Ratio itself has many questions. Okay, many types and varieties of questions. Under the ratio, okay, the extension of ratio is nothing but age based questions. The ratio of their age, okay, age based questions, and similarly partnership. Okay, partnership, mixtures, in what proportion or in what ratio water be mixed with the milk, such that when you sell it at some 100 rupees or 150, you will earn 20%, 25% profit. Mixture. And one more technique of solving the question when there is a mixture is called alligation. That's also ratios. Extension of ratio. So these are the subtopic we can say. Okay, whatever the topic, subtopic I am saying, most of the time you can expect one question. Okay, not necessarily partnership always has to be dealt with business. They can share the rent. Okay, they can share the in a different way, and also not necessarily always age questions. Two numbers are in the ratio, let's say 4:5. Okay, when 10 is added to each, the ratio becomes 6:7. Two numbers are there. They were in the ratio 4:5. For each of those numbers, you added 10. So the numbers become in the ratio 6:7. Find those numbers. Question understood? Same question can be asked in this way. Two people are there. The age ratio of them is 4:5. Okay, the ratio of their age is 4:5. After 10 years, the ratio becomes 6:7. Are they one and the same question? Yes, of course. After 10 years means this person will gain 10 years, or this person will gain 10 years. If you gain 10 years, your time, my time, that's one and the same, isn't it or not? Okay. So always in age question, so two simple things. One, if you gain age, everybody will gain the same age. That's what average. Okay. Or else, if you and I have a age gap of 5 years, let's say today, after 5 years, we will be having age gap of how much? 10 years. The age gap remains always what? Same. Okay. This is the only two things, but you will get confused at the end if you don't practice. Okay. That's what happens there. Let's say, see, when a person A was born, his mother's age is 25 years. After 10 years, after what? 10 years. What is the age difference between the mother and the son or daughter? What is it? Ask to a simple logical question. No need of any calculation to prove this one. If you understand, you will get the answer. Okay. When he was born, already mother was having 25 years. There is a gain of how much? 25. There is already a difference of 25. Okay. And any number of years till they are survive, they are alive, the age gap will be what? Same only. Isn't it? Okay. Okay. Understood? So questions will be somewhere like this. Partnership also, mixtures and allegation. Okay, you'll understand when we do the questions. Allegation also, very simple questions. Okay. For example, let's say, see, look here now. The average salary of all the male employees is 12,000. Okay. Average salary of all the female employees, okay, female employees is 20,000. And the average of all the employees means male and female including, is 15,000. Is 15,000. Okay. If there are 800 employees are there, if there are total 800 employees are there, how many male, how many female? Understood the question? Total number of employees are 800. Among them, men and women are there. All women, okay, average salary is 20,000. All the men's average salary is 12,000. On an average, everybody's salary becomes 15,000. So what is the number of men and women? See, look here now, allegation. I don't want you to learn this one as of now. I'll just show you how to solve this question easily. This is a technique of solving the question. Okay, you take the difference of these two. How much is the difference? 5. 20 and 15 is 5. What is the difference of these two? 3. The men and women or male and female are in the ratio 5:3. If you divide it into a ratio 5:3, this has to be 500, this has to be 300. That's your answer. Okay. If you want to do conventionally also, you can do by taking x, but the time, the approach you take, the turn you take will decide how fast you will reach the place. Okay. If you miss a turn, if you take a next turn, you have to take around, right? Again, takes a lot of time. If you save with this technique, let's say, okay, let's say some 15 seconds you save. You have some 10 questions did this. 15, okay, 15 seconds I am saying. That's nothing but 150 seconds. Isn't it? Yeah, 2.5 minutes. In those 2.5 minutes, you might do 2 more questions. You might do, I'm saying, 2 more questions. If I give you, okay, 5 minutes extra, tens and thousands of students are there who can qualify this exam, CSAT. Or else, okay, I have seen literally, okay, hundreds of students have disqualified this because of only one question at the end. They have got 65. Some of you might hear also, okay, I have seen many because of one question. Okay, because of that one question, That's a 2 hours of journey. 1 hour, 1 year for exam, another for result. Getting? That is how it flows will be. Okay, see, because in paper 1 you will be having lot of time to revise and all. Okay, you can do some 2, 3 revisions. Okay, that much of time you will be having, because all factuals, no need to work out anything about. Isn't it? Okay, most of you guys, see, I have seen students who have done in 40 to 45, 50 minutes and have qualified also. Okay, earlier they used to done. Okay, this was a lengthier paper last time, but still you can revise it at least 2 times. But in CSAT, if you leave a question, that's a point of no return. You cannot come back to that question again. Okay, that's why at every point you pick a question. Once you see a question, you must feel familiar. It must feel familiar. Okay, somehow we have done this kind of questions in the class. That is the feeling first you must have. Okay, that much of feeling you will get in the exam. Okay, after attending the class and revising, practicing. After that, I am not assuring of same question, but using this you can deal all those questions. Getting? I am not assuring you of 80 out of 80 questions here. Okay, definitely I cannot assure you, but definitely I can assure you of qualifying paper. Okay, understood? So these are the techniques you can use. See, randomly I am choosing some of the questions, so that basic level questions. Okay, next is average. Average is simply the questions on AP. What is AP? Arithmetic progression and the properties of average and the age based questions in average. Like I told, if your age increases by 5 years, your whole family's age increases by how many years? 5 years. So what is the average increase in the age of the family? 5 years only. Okay, that's the same thing. That's what called property. If I give you 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 for each and every person, the average increases by 100 only. Understood? Okay. So these are the properties now. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What are these numbers? Consecutive even numbers. Okay, or else technically we call it as what? Arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. What do you mean by this? Difference between each successive number has to be same. If you arrange them in increasing or decreasing order, ascending or descending order, the difference between each successive number has to be what? Same. If I ask you to find the average of it, average of numbers is nothing but what? The middle number itself. If you add everything and divide by 5, you will get 6. That concept itself is AP. Okay. Now, this was the average, right? 6 is the average of this series of numbers. Getting? If I add 2 to each of these numbers, what happens to the average? Will it remain same? Increases, decreases? Can't be determined. If the average is 6 originally of this series of numbers, I am adding 2 to each of this observation, each of the numbers. So the average, whatever it was there earlier 6, now will it get added, subtracted, will remain same, or can't be determined? Added how much? That's what properties of average. Okay, if each number is added with 2, if each number is added with A. So what is the new average? Average plus A. If you subtract each number by A, what is the new average? Isn't it? Okay, now let's say the average of 30 numbers is, the average of 30 numbers is 50. Okay, 30 numbers are there. We don't know whether they are AP or non-AP numbers. Okay, understood? The difference may be same, may not be same. Their average is 50. Each number, each of the number, I will multiply by 2. And then each of the number is added by 5. Each of the number I am multiplying by 2. 30 numbers were there. Their average was 50. After this, I am multiplying each number by 2. And after that, I am adding each number by 5. What is the new average? What is the new average? This is what the new average, 50 into 2 plus 5. Okay, no matter 30 numbers, 100 numbers, 200 numbers, 2000 numbers. Understood? Whatever happens with each number happens with the average also. Okay. Okay, now, so these are the questions: AP, average based questions, average and age based questions, and properties of average. So this is what we will be doing. Okay, extensively we will be doing. Okay, what else you have? Topic. Come on, guys. The controversial one. Yeah, you can call this as theme number 4 or 5. This one 5, right? Okay, permutation and combination. What are these permutation and combination? Where will they be applied in our real time application? As UPSC mentioned, these are general counting techniques. Okay, counting techniques differs in a two way. Once you change the order, okay, without changing the order. If you change the order, sometimes the count doesn't changes. Example, team. If I announce the team from Rohit Sharma to Bumrah, okay, Jasprit Bumrah, that's 11 players team, let's say. If I change the order of the team, does it becomes a different team? No, same team, right? Okay, now three people are there, X, Y, Z. Okay, 3 seats are there. How many different ways you can make them sit? Different ways. Let's say you people, 3 people are sitting here. Okay, 3 seats are given. How many different ways you can be seated in those 3 seats? You can count literally, come on, X, Y, Z, one of the way. Then X, Z, Y. Then Z, X, Y. Z, Y, X. Y, X, Z. Y, Z, X. Any other way? If I do any other way, that's a repetition. Okay. No point in making repetition again and again, you making them sit. That's a never ending process if you do that. Understood this one? How many different ways? Yeah. See, 3 characters, 3 different characters. How many different way we arranged? Which is nothing but what? 3 is 3 factorial. Okay, 3 factorial. Or else this can also be done in this way. For this position, okay, now look here. This is the first position. This is the second position. This is the third position. That's why I made 3 positions here. When I'm filling this position, I was having 3 choices. I could have put X here, or Y here, or Z. X, or how many choices? This or this means how many choices? Or is always addition. I added them, right? Or is 3 choices, either X or Y or Z. 3 choices. Even though 3 choices, I can fill only one. Okay, I can put only one person. Let's say I put X here. For this position to make it, how many choices I'm having? 2. What I told, and I'm going to fill this one. And is always what? Multiplication. Okay. And I'm going to fill this one now. How many choices? That's only 3 into 2 into 1, which is 3 factorial. Howda? Okay, what you have done here? Permutation or combination? That basic difference is important. That's it. Okay. Now, if you change the order, that becomes a different count. Okay. Is called permutation. If you change the order, like making a team, okay. If you change the order of the team from Rohit Sharma to Bumrah in a different order, if you send them for batting, that doesn't becomes a different team. Okay, here it is combination. Understood? Okay, let's say 3 people are there, X, Y, Z. Now you have to send them 2 people at a time for a trip. Think about the process first. Always permutation, combination, and the probability, the question lies in the process explained there. Okay, practical process. Think there. X, Y, Z. How many people? Only 2 seats are available. To go to what? It's not about making them sit in the seats. It's the going for a trip. How many different ways you can send? X can go with Y, Y and Z can go together, Z and X. Y and X can they go together? That's the same trip, right? X goes with Y, Y comes with X. So what is, if we change the order, the count doesn't changes. Okay, that's called what? Combination. Understood? Okay, any doubt here? Any doubt here? Okay. Now look here, one of the difficult question I'll tell you. Okay, I'll give an example of this one. You got the basic difference? Don't worry. See, superficially, very superficially, I'm doing this one. These are 4 to 5 classes of time it takes. Okay, whatever I can tell you in 5 minutes, I'm doing that. Let's say these are the number of balls which are there in the bag. 8 green, 7 white, and 5 blue color balls are there in the bag. Okay, now I'll give you a process. In the minimum number of attempts, every time you have to pick one. Okay, they are randomly in the bag. These are the balls you are having. Okay, every time you have to pick only one. What is the minimum number of attempts in which you will get all 3 colors? In the minimum number of attempts, you have to get all 3 balls, all 3 colored balls. Think, just think, you will get the answer. Yeah, man. See, come on. You have a bag in which what you have? 8 green, 7 white, 5 blue. Okay, now. Listen now. Randomly, blindfoldedly, this kind of build up he like. Okay, I'm taking out one. What it might be? This. Pick anything. Come on. What is it? Green. Okay, I'll put side. Next one I'm taking out. I should get minimally all 3 colored. This can be white one, right? The next one when I am picking, that has to be blue. Possible? Okay. Possible. Is it possible? So what is the number of attempts I took? Only 3. So 3 is the minimum number of attempts you can, in which you can pick. You can pick. I am not saying you will pick. Definitely Allah. You can pick. Now I'll ask the same for a maximum. What is the maximum number of attempts in which you will get all 3? Let's say, see, look here now. You picked 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 ball, 4 ball, 5 balls. Let's say all are blue. How many attempts you took? 5. Now, if you pick, you won't get blue, definitely, because 5 all blues are you already have got, you have taken out. Next to all 7 you will get as white. Possible, right? I'm asking for a possibility. It's possible, right? So 5 attempts already gone, 7 attempts. Totally how many attempts? 12 attempts. If I randomly, if you pick the next one, that has to be the green, right? Okay. So how many number of attempts you have to take? 30, na? Is this correct? Or else I'm picking all 8. 8 attempts gone. All white. 7 attempts gone. Next I'll pick, by default it has to be blue only. So how many maximum number of attempts? 16. Which of these two is correct? Maximize your attempts means what? You have to come from the greatest one, largest number. Okay, both will be given in your option. You misinterpret the question, that's where you go wrong. Okay, understood? This randomly you can do at certain point, but be specific. That comes through practice. Okay, now same question I'll ask you. Understood this one? This is not balls now. Shoes. 8 pair of green, pair of white, pair of blue shoes. Okay. Now the process is, I want a pair of white shoes to wear and go. But you cannot pick a pair. You can pick one shoe at a time. Every time you can pick only one shoe. What is the minimum number of attempts in which you can get a pair of white shoes? Minimum number of attempts in which, come on guys, you pick. What is it? Randomly. You are lucky, come on. Okay, you are very lucky. That's the minimum number of attempts you can take, right? Okay, if you are luckiest person, 1 attempt is sufficient to get it. Isn't it, man? Into the list. Okay, now you are picking one. What will you get? White? Okay, white. Second one? White, If both are white, if both are left one, can I wear? If I get both left, both right are what I given? Okay, that's where you'll go wrong. Okay, you'll forget that is pair. You need a pair of goggles, spectacles, okay, shoes, trousers, isn't it? These are all in itself only pairs. Now, I'll need only 2 attempts. That's the minimum number of attempts. How to maximize the attempts to get the white pairs? Pair means 2. Now look here. I'll pick the first one, that's green. Second one, green, 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 green. 8 greens of right I got. Okay, I don't get in white illa. I have to maximize the attempts. Alva. So 8 left I got. All the greens gone. How many attempts I took? 16. Next, when I picked, I got a blue one, which is the left blue. How many blues possible? 5 blue, left one. Then again right. How many blues? 5 I'll get. Gone. Okay, so total number of attempts are how many? 10 plus 18 plus 26. 26 attempts are gone. Next I am picking the one. It has to be a white. Okay, one attempt. When I pick the next one, that has to be what? White. So how many number of attempts? Totally 30 attempts. Did I got the pair of shoes? Did I got the pair of shoes? No, you got 2 white shoes. That doesn't become a pair there. Okay, so see, look here now. When you will get a pair of shoes is once you completely pick up all the right shoes which are white, that's gone now. By default, the another one if you pick, that has to be what here? Left. But what you will do is, at this point only you will try to answer 1 and 1. That become a pair of shoes. So left and right makes a pair. Understood? That was also given in the option. Easy, difficult? This is a easy question, but at that point of time to do, that's a difficult one. I'll accept that's a difficult one. Okay, so the paper was not difficult, your practice was not up to mark. Okay, the previous question was also asked earlier, this question was also asked in this way. So this I can say it's a repetition of question, but it's asked in a different way. Okay, we'll do all those questions, permutation, combination, as well as the probability. Okay, no need to refer anything else, you'll get most of the questions from the notes or from the practice set we'll be doing. Any doubt? So that's an important theme, permutation, combination, as well as probability. Okay, probability, that's a chance of getting. Okay, here only we can put the chance there. Any doubt? You need an example of probability? Okay, man. Probability. Let's say a die is rolled. Okay, rolling a die. Why do we roll a die? To decide about something. Okay, to decide about something, right? Okay, you will need snake or a ladder to win, lose, we require, right? Now, when you roll a die, what is the total number of outcomes you can get? How many outcomes? What are those? Either one you will get. Every time one only, right? Okay, one possible outcome you can get. Either one you can get, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6. So, how many outcomes? Or is always addition. Okay, or is addition. You understand it rather than mugging up or try to memorize. You learn these things. Learn. Okay, so either 1 or 2 or 3 or 6. So total outcomes 6. Okay, I am rolling to get my favorable outcome, which is 3. Okay, let's say my favorable outcome is 3. How many times 3 can appear? How many times 3 appeared here? Only once. So I'll ask a question now. When a playing die is rolled, or else a standard die is rolled, there itself you have a understanding here. Okay, a die is in the shape of what? It's a solid square, you can say. It's not a square, it's a 3D. Solid is always a 3D. Okay, this is a cube. Okay, cube which is numbered from 1 to 6. If this is number 2, okay, opposite, what is the number? Have you seen the playing die? If it is 2, this has to be 5. If this is 3, this has to be 4. If this is 6, this has to be 1. Then only it's called standard playing die. If this is not the case, then the probability of winning and losing changes. Okay, and this is how it will be made. Sum of the opposite faces is equal to 7. Okay, sum of the opposite faces has to be equal to what? 7. Then only it's called a standard playing die. Understood? Okay, so don't worry, we'll do all these things in a dice logical reasoning. My favorable outcome is 1. Always a probability of any event is equal to any event's probability. Probability is favorable outcome by total outcomes. Okay, what is the total number of outcomes you are getting here? 6. Out of 6, my favorable outcome is coming how many times? 1 time. So what is the probability of getting 3 when a standard die is rolled? 1 by 6. That's it. You answer now only. Okay. What is the probability of getting a prime number when you roll a die? Probability of getting. I am not saying it's a certainty. That's why probability. The meaning of 1 by 6 is when you roll 6 times, it can happen only 1 time. It will happen. If it is will happen, I would have changed this one to certainty. Okay. The topic name is what? Probability. It might happen. Okay, on an average basis, it might happen. That's what? Out of 6, 1 time. Now, my question is, when a standard playing die is rolled, 1 die, okay, what is the probability of getting a prime number? How many prime numbers are there, man? 3. What are those? 1, 2, 3. 1 is a prime, That's a basic classification of number. Don't worry, we'll do all those things, okay? What are those? 2, 3 and 5. How many primes are there? 3. So, if I roll 6 times, how many times you can get prime? 3. What percent? 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is what percent? See, look here. 1 by 2 is what percent? Let's say you have scored for 2 marks, 1 marks. For 100 you think. For 100 your score becomes anything compared to 100 is percent. Okay, understood? Okay, you think, see, you keep everything in mind, do not mug up. Okay, mugging up doesn't work, so you cannot generate anything. Understood this one? So, half or 0.5 or else 50% that would be. So, questions will be like this. Okay, the varieties of questions I will show you. This is the theory behind every question. Okay, any doubt till now? Okay, so what are the 6 themes? Okay, first theme number 1, you tell me guys, you tell me, order might change. Okay, theme number 1, time, speed and distance, time and work. Theme number 2, number system. Okay, theme number 3, percentage. Theme number 4, ratio and proportion. Okay, theme number 5, average. Theme number 6, permutation, combination and probability. See, solving of the equation, that's a separate bifurcation of just the books to build up the number of topics. Either it has to involve, any equation has to involve either increase, decrease, okay, or else ratio or percentage or average. It doesn't have anything other than that. If you are doing all those things in between only, you will be doing all those addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and all. So, most of the things we will be doing very conceptually. Okay, na? So, these are the 6 themes. You can ask me, definitely I will say out of 50 questions which can be asked in quant and reasoning. Okay, nowadays it is more than 50 because last time 26 or 27 was asked from the RC, quant and reasoning. So, these are the quant questions you can expect, 6 themes. Okay. Then, any doubt? Okay. When it comes to the reasoning, there are 2 kinds of reasoning. One is logical, one is analytical. Okay, or else we can call it as non-verbal. verbal. Okay, let's not name them. If you extend this one, the book writers will give you different names for each and everything. Okay, if you want to buy a book, that becomes all 4 to 5 books. Okay, make your own book, that will help you. What are logical reasonings? These are logical reasoning. Blood relationship, questions on directions and distance, ranking and order. This is ranking and order. Cubes, cuboids, dices, puzzles and seating. Okay, number series or missing numbers. Okay, missing numbers after this blank or else. Then coding, decoding, which is also called alphanumericals, clocks, calendars, and some miscellaneous inequality, input, output, these kind of questions. Okay, from here only you can expect most of the questions. Each and every topic will be dealt. And when it comes to the analytica or verbal part, you will be having the keywords like assumption, inference, corollary, conclusion, crux of the story, main message. So these are the only keywords you can get from either analytical part, okay, and also one important one, syllogism. Syllogism here, okay. Don't worry if I miss here the naming of topic, complete the topic, okay, don't worry. So using this only UPSC is framing the questions in RC also. In RC also the majority of the questions will be, okay, then is inference, then is the conclusion, crux and main message of the story. This is what. Now, okay, now assumption, okay, assumption. Let's say if I give a statement like this, coffee or tea cups are not allowed inside the classroom. Let's say that is the one. Okay, what is the assumption you can get from that? If I ask you, if I give a statement, okay, and ask you which of these are a valid assumption, you don't have your, it's not an open-ended question like your mains, you can write anything. No, you have to pick one among the given options itself. Let's say it's a disturbance, right? ನನಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ. Few minutes, is it okay? Okay, coffee, tea cups are not allowed inside the classroom. Only students, it's been placed in the classroom, guys, here. Okay, so what is the assumption behind this one? What is this one? What do you call this as? Is it, see, what do you call this as? Is it a warning? Come on, man. Is it a warning? It's not a warning. What do you call this as? Is it an advertisement? No. What do you call this as? A threat? Yes, it's a notice. Okay, it's a notice. Notice will be put on the notice board normally. Okay, since we don't have notice board as of now here, okay, here we don't have in this area. So we have put it in this here. Why? What is the intention behind this notice? Premises clean? Yeah, come on guys, try. Premises clean. That is the after effect we are expecting. What is the assumption? That's a cause and effect. Okay, the cause is if you get the coffee or the tea cups, okay, there is a chance of getting spillover and it becomes, yeah, dirty. That is the effect you are trying. Cause and effect you are saying. My question is, what is the assumption behind this notice? The main assumption or the most valid assumption is the people will notice. What do you mean by notice? The people may notice that. That is the assumption. Okay. always assumption is the one who is speaking or else author. He keeps in mind these ideas before doing this. Okay, conclusion always comes at the end, assumption always at the starting. He keeps those ideas in mind before doing this one. Okay, and he thinks that that is going to happen. Okay, that's going to happen, or else he believes it to be true. Those unsaid ideas, without saying also will be doing. Okay, those unsaid ideas are called assumption. Getting what I'm saying? Okay, assumption. So the assumption behind this one is the people. See, assumptions can't be always definitive. It's an assumption, right? I think it might happen. I think it might be get true one day. Okay, so if I say people will notice or people may notice, which of these two is a valid assumption? Will notice, sure, will notice, everybody will notice this one. That's an assumption. May notice. Okay, will notice can't be an assumption. Assumptions can't be definitive. Assumptions are always indefinitive. That's why we use indefinitive words like may, can, okay, possibly, right? So this is what? Assumption. Now, after that, what might happen? People will follow, students will follow, may follow. That's another valid assumption we can take. Will follow? No. Understood? Okay. This is what? Inference is a conclusion you can draw from the given data there. Okay. I'll show you with examples. I'll show you a lot of examples, and after the examples, we'll go to the question papers itself. Okay. In the question paper itself, definitely I can make your accuracy to 8 to 9. See, do not expect me 100% from everything. Nobody can do that. Okay. Here, I'm not assuring you of everything. Out of 10, definitely mistakes will happen. Or else, if you go for the most appropriate answer also, sometimes UPSC gives in a different way. And see, quant reasoning, I can prove you anything with making use of all the logic and all the theories or concepts. But how can I prove this one? If UPSC gives you one answer, I cannot give you. UPSC has to provide key answers at least for comprehension. Okay, at least explanation for that answer. Okay, at least for, see, any question related to maths I can solve and show you. Okay, this is the result. But how can, if he gives a rather than A, if he gives B, okay, I cannot prove you sometimes. That's why out of 10, 10 is not what I can assure you. Okay, 8 to 9 definitely, with a proper understanding or proper way of reading comprehension will definitely helps you to improvise your accuracy in paper 1 also. Okay, it needs lot of keen understanding and keen reading skills. Okay, keen observation while going through the one. Okay, like you will miss a pair right there. Okay, you are a standard playing die, these kind of things. So everything is provided in the question itself. Okay, since the question we don't have experience of understanding in that way, we'll fail to answer the questions. Getting? So here the questions will be having a different language. It won't get it in your Hindu. It won't get it in your NCERT books or else anywhere. This is a language you have to understand. Quantitative aptitude has its own language. It's always a riddle type, puzzled type. Okay, in between the lines you have to understand most of the things along with those keywords also. Okay, that we will be practicing in the class itself from basic questions to advanced question. Your job is to make sure that at least 6th standard NCERT you will be capable of understanding. 6th standard NCERT. Okay, that's your drill. And also you must be randomly doing the factors and the multiples, which is nothing but tables. Okay, tables. If I am dividing something like by 10 by 2, that's 5 times. You must be able to understand. If I am doing 22 by 9 is nothing but 25. You must be able to understand, oh, this is 29 into 25 times he is doing at least. Okay, at those points you must not get any sort of doubt. If you are that good, I can definitely help you. Okay, so don't worry about the classes. Classes will be done in a stretch and it's a timely manner, it will be completed. No delay in the schedules and all. Okay, 1 or 2 days, that has to be a buffer. Apart from that, everything will be covered. So practice only these things, definitely you'll get qualified. That I can assure you. With practice, I'm saying. Coming to the class, attending and writing only notes doesn't help. Here you get a clarity, you understand it, you ask doubts, okay, you get more clarity, write the observation every time. I'll tell you, this is not a copying things, observing things. What are the observations you did? Same questions can be asked in a different way. I'll show you different dimensions of solving questions and all. Okay, everything will be dealt in class. So whatever you are on your own want to practice, rather than that doing practice, okay, I'll tell you, that's not, I'm not boasting about my class, it's not my advertisement. Okay, if you are in a last attempt, or else if you have already lost an attempt because of CSAT, then go take a help, any kind of help, okay, or else somebody who is good, okay, or else some course, or else some crash course, something like, okay, get into contact with it rather than taking a chance. Because UPSC every 10 years they will change their schedules or change their patterns, and the last year was the 10th year of CSAT, introduction of CSAT. Okay, this happened and it won't stop. Getting? So 17, 18, 19 paper you can see even 10th standard student, 12th standard students, many of them they have done, they are lucky now. Okay, but now he is making you to earn marks, UPSC. So we cannot go against, rather than that we practice. Any doubts? Any doubt, any sort of doubt, anytime you text me, okay, and you can wait for, you wait for it for a reply, okay, do not expect the instant reply and all. And also I'll give an access for a group also, okay, there you can text and you can ask the questions. There are some 4,000 students in the group. Every time they will be active, the group is active, okay, you join to that group also, so that you will get a better practice questions anytime randomly you do the practice there. Okay, man. I think you told some thousands of yes. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
Sir, so in 7 days I'll work hard and cover up all this. Please tell me the sources.
You start from 3rd standard, man. Okay, just to boost your confidence, you start from 3rd standard. You can finish it in 3 to 4 hours. Okay, just glance through it. Wherever required, you stop and make it slow. Okay, if you understand, then you go fast. Afterwards, you promote yourself to 4th standard. If you are understanding everything, then go. If you don't understand at any point, okay, slow down there. Okay, spend some few hours, you will get convinced. Okay, after that 5th to 6th. 6th you are completing, definitely you are capable of understanding most of the things in the class. Last day is most probably 1st week of April, madam. 1st week of April or 2nd week, max to max. See, just come to the class. Okay, come to the class, be consistent to the class. Okay, whatever the class, I'll give you the homeworks and all every day. I'll be discussing it in the next class itself. Everything, whatever you are supposed to do on your own, I'll be doing here. Okay, I'll make you to do. So don't worry, that 35 days of practice is much better. Okay, and afterwards I'll give you mocks. Mocks, I don't believe in module based mocks, guys. Because if I give you time and work test tomorrow, you will definitely mug up each and every question of mine, okay, and some way or the other you will deal with it. If I give a full length, randomly questions, okay, that's where you have to deal it. Getting? Okay, and those who are from the Karnataka state, you have a very good news. Today there is an announcement of, 384 posts, that's one of the highest posts called in recent years. So, 17106 alwa, ye. It's a 17 notification, 18 was done and 2020 was the mains. You wrote mains ado. You wrote? Okay, and one more thing, you attend the class. Okay, I'll assure you of all 30 questions which will be asked in a paper 2 of KPSC. I'll assure you. UPSC, I can't assure you of all 80 questions. Definitely, I'll assure you of all 30 questions in KPSC. Okay, with that only you can take a very big lead in the paper 2. Okay, because see, many are studying from past 7 to 8 years or 10 years, I don't know, maybe. Okay, each and every factuals they know about the Karnataka state. You cannot compete with them with that. Okay, you can take a lead over here. And also, women have a reservation of 33% in the cutoff stage also. Since 384, definitely I can expect the cutoff around 200 for GM and women's 140 to 150, I'll say. So out of this 60 marks you will get from one section only, paper 2. Okay, 30 questions. It's not a qualifying in nature, KPSC there. Getting? Okay, so okay, you also have the opportunity there. You can score well. You will score some 50 plus. Definitely you will qualify. You score 50 plus in the quant reasoning and the comprehension part, definitely you will qualify there. Okay, most of the questions I'll tell you, okay, whatever we do in the class or else in the notes, I can show you in each and every paper, okay, each and every paper, direct data, with data also. Okay, UPSC I can't assure you of pass. Okay, UPSC definitely I'll tell you, I'll make you qualify. Okay, but KPSC sure of qualifying the whole prelims. Okay, na? Okay, guys. So you have time of some 5-6 days, sir. So 7th day we'll resume the class. Okay, we'll meet again. So timings will be somewhere here only, 4 to 8 or 4:30 to 7:30, somewhere variably, evening only. So make free and attend the class regularly. Make the best of what you are getting in the class. Okay. Same questions can be asked in a different data of sufficiency. I'll tell you. Okay. A question was asked in this way: 15 men and 30 women can complete a piece of work in. Okay. Complete a piece of work in, let's say 30 days. 30 men and 15 women can complete the same work in what time? He has asked. He has given some data. Okay, data sufficiency. Okay, more than 30, less than 30. Is it possible? Something like this. Okay. Now in this case, and also cannot be determined was there. The answer is cannot be determined. Cannot be determined because the range was given in this way: 30 days. Okay. Less than or more than 30 days. Okay, less than or more than 30 days and less than 30 days can't be determined. These are the 4 options, let's say. And some of the students, they have gone through patriarchal mindset that if more people, more men are working, then definitely it takes less time. Okay, increase the men. So they're saying less time taken, but we don't know the efficiency here. There are how many people? 15 and 30. Here also 30 and 15. If the efficiency is same, in that case the answer would be 30 days only, but he has not mentioned it. Okay, rather than giving that, he has given, see, 30 days. Is it possible? We don't know. Possible, not possible. And also he has given a broader window, less than or more than 30 days. But there is one more possibility of which is not given here. Getting? This is what you call data sufficiency. Okay. Now, less than 30 days, they have gone because of more men are working. We don't know. Even men may be less efficient than women in this case. So, what is the appropriate answer? So, what is required is theory. Okay. In data sufficiency questions, most of the time he won't ask you in detail the solutions and all. Okay. This is where. Okay. Understood? So, we will be dealing with all these things. See, he has asked in this way. I will show you. A clock based question. One of the statements says between 4:58 and 4:59, between 4:58 and 4:59, okay, PM, AM, anything, the minute hand and the second hands meets. Yes or no? Minute hand, okay, and seconds hand meets between 4:58 and 4:59. PM also he has given somewhere, something like this data. True or false statement? Valid, invalid? Valid, how? That's a common sense question. Okay, without crossing these two, it cannot make 1 minute, isn't it? It has to. Understood? So you understand the statements first. The data, whatever required here, okay, statements. What you are asking, I know. Okay, some of the questions, they were tricky, age-based questions. Okay, what are the following statements we require? 3, 4, 5. We have a choice of leaving some questions. Let's say, see, some 5 to 7 questions were very difficult. Okay, those runs questions and all. I'll show you when we do the PYQs and all. Okay, those kind of questions, if it is unfamiliar, you must know that's unfamiliar and you have to be left. Apart from that, many questions are there. Anyway, you cannot attend all the questions in the given time also. Leave. Okay, I'll show you the art of leaving also. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, we'll do all those things. Let me complete first everything. You'll get to know. Okay, initial days, what I can do, I can do now. Okay, complete with me 35 days. Okay, attend the class. Okay, if it is possible, come to the offline. That would be better if it is possible. Or else online, do not keep the pending videos for the May month. You cannot complete it at the end. So start now only. Okay. Okay, guys. Any doubt? Any doubt? Anything? Okay. You know where to contact me. We'll start from the next Monday. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. See you.